Welcome to Tunga School of Basic and Applied Sciences, Jamkandi. Here I am Vishwanath Elagod, a physics facilitator, and these video lecture series are also on the same subject. Okay. So now, before I am going to start the syllabus, I am going to give some information about this course. So in PUC, you are going to write the exams year-wise, first year and second years. After second year, you are qualified for the higher educations. So in that, you are going to learn physics. For example, for second year, you are learning the physics of different branches. Okay. So for example, the electrostatics, magnetostatics, optics, nuclear physics, atomic physics, like that you are going to learn one chapters. Okay. But here in degree, it is a semester wise course, means each 6 months a semester is changes. So in this, you are not going to learn all the physics subjects in a single semester. Okay. Here you may learn a mechanics in one semester, optics in another semester, nuclear physics in one more semester. So like that, in each semester you are going to learn a branch of physics in depth than the PUC. Okay. So now you are in a first semester. So leave all the remaining semesters, just take the information about first semester. Okay, come here. So for first semester, the physics subject title is Mechanics and Theory of Relativity. Okay. Here you are learning only about the mechanics and the theory of relativity. So apart from that, you are not learning in this semesters. Okay. So now you are going to write a 100 marks exam for this syllabus. Okay. So this is of about 60-hour syllabus and it makes 100 marks. Okay. So in that we are going to bifurcate into two parts. One is for theory exams, final semester theory exams, it is of 80 marks, and 20 remaining is for internal assessment and assignments. Okay. Now it is total 100 marks for theory. Here also there is a practical course is there. For practicals we are going to take 50 marks. Okay. So for practical it is 50 marks. So again in 50 marks we are going to bifurcate into two parts. One is semester exams. Okay. You have to perform the experiment at the end of the semesters. So that we call it as external examinations. So here it is 40 marks and 10 marks is for again internal examinations or internal assessments. Okay. So this is the scheme of marks. Now, so here 60-hour syllabus is mentioned here. That 60-hour syllabus are from the 4 units. There are 4 units. Each unit is of 15 hours. Okay. So here 4 units. That 4 units are of 15 hours. Those 4 units are related to only mechanics and theory of relativity. Okay. So the first unit is conservation laws. Okay. So this is the first unit, conservation laws. And the second unit are make into two parts or two sub units. One is gravitation and the one is rigid body dynamics. These two together makes the second unit. This is also of about 15 hours. And the next third unit is elasticity and the fourth unit is theory of relativity. Okay. So these 4 units of 60-hour syllabus you are going to learn in the first semester. Similarly, in practicals there are 16 experiments are listed. Out of 16 experiments, minimum you should perform 8 experiments. Okay. So only 8 experiments is enough for your examinations. Now come to the syllabus. So here I am going to teach you the first unit, conservation laws. Okay. So now your syllabus starts from the first unit, conservation laws. Now let's see the syllabus of this. Okay, so this is your syllabus, that is for first semester. There are 4 units. Unit 1 is conservation, unit 2 is gravitation, so and rigid body dynamics. These two together makes second unit. And the third unit is elasticity. The fourth unit is theory of relativity. Okay. So these 4 are the syllabus for first semester of total 60 hours. Now I am going to take the first unit, conservation laws. Okay, take a look on first unit, conservation laws. Here the syllabus starts from law of conservation of linear momentum. There is only a statement, just to have to explain linear momentum and the statement of conservation of linear momentum. Next, center of mass, expression of position vector, velocity, acceleration, force of center of mass. Already you know about the position vector, velocity, acceleration, force. So, but here we are going to study those quantities with respect to the center of mass. Okay, so this is a new term, center of mass. So we are going to study the center of mass and their velocity, acceleration, force, center of mass. So next, here frame of reference. Okay, so here two frame of reference are mentioned. So one is laboratory frame of reference and center of mass of frame of reference. So just we are studying the distinctions or difference between laboratory frame of reference and center of mass frame of reference. Okay, so next is concept of elastic collisions and inelastic collisions. Okay, so now the next concept is elastic collision and inelastic collisions. Okay, so using that elastic and inelastic collisions, we are going to apply these collisions in a frame of references, in different frame of references. So elastic collisions in laboratory frame of reference and center of mass frame of reference. Okay, so there is a derivation for laboratory frame of reference and center of mass frame of reference. Okay, and then again same derivation of final velocities in case of inelastic collisions. So that we are going to apply for laboratory frame of reference and center of mass frame of reference. Okay, so next is conservation of linear momentum in case of variable masses. This chapter starts from the law of conservation of linear momentum only, but here the beginning of the chapter we are studying only for the constant mass. The mass is not varying initially. So in law of conservation of linear momentums. But here now again we are going to study about conservation of linear momentum in case of variable masses. If the mass is changes, then what about the linear momentum? So that we are studying. After that we are going to apply these principles in our daily life. So that is for principle of rocket and derivation of equation of motion for single stage rocket. Again here there is a derivations for velocity of rocket, then necessity of multi-stage rocket. Okay, so what is the multi-stage rocket and what is the necessity for this multi-stage rocket? Then what is the difference between single stage rocket and multi-stage rocket? So that is only the advantage of this multi-stage rocket, that is called as necessity of multi-stage rocket. Next, basics of angular momentum and torque. Okay, so till now we are studying about linear motions. Okay, whatever we are studying up to this multi-stage rocket, so that is all about the linear motions. Now the next part is for angular motions. Okay, that is called as circular motions. Here for that, basic laws of angular momentum, torque and relation between angular momentum and torque. Okay, relation between angular momentum and torque. And then again law of conservation of angular momentums. So here law of conservation of angular momentum, law of conservation of angular momentum with examples. That means both you are studying for linear motion as well as circular motions. So in both cases the momentum is conserved. Next, concept of work power in terms of integrals, in terms of line integrals. So this is a little bit new concept for you. Then law of conservation of energy, work energy principle. So this is all about first unit. So this is of 15 hours syllabus. Okay. So in next video we are going to start the chapter. Before that, I'm requesting you to just look at your previous studied concepts based on linear motions, velocity, mass, accelerations, momentum, like that. That means it is easy to learn the further concepts. Okay, thank you.